Good morning and welcome to today's video. Now, today's video is going to be sort of a pre-market video, and I'll be doing this not on a daily basis but on a very occasional basis, nearly every alternate day. And the reason I'm doing it is I'll be looking at the days when there is significant news, plus I'll also be taking a constant look, as I had said in my previous video, at the Nifty mid cap. Now, when we come to the news front, basically we see that the American market did not fare well last night, as it had a decent basically amount of tumble. Now that is partly due to the top 7 stocks falling, and the main reason I believe they fell and the indexes fell is the upcoming testimony to Congress of the US Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Now the issue with the testimony is that the Federal Reserve Chair is expected to reiterate the lack of urgency to cut rates at his testimony. So that is something the market does not like. And then also we saw that the data which came out last night showed that the US service sector cooled even as orders and business activity picked up. So that is another factor that was not liked by the markets. Now coming to our local markets, we see the news which has been trending is that RBI has barred JM Financial from financing against shares and debentures, as major deficiencies have been cited. So basically, they've also barred them from the sanction and dispersal of loans against IPO of shares. So now that is something that's naturally going to take a huge, give a huge hit to the JM stock today. And in the morning when I had woken up, I saw a tweet by one of the top JM guys that they're providing their evidence to the RBI and they don't believe they're in the wrong. So this is going to be a fight that's going to continue, and as long as it continues, we can expect JM Financial stock to continue taking a constant hit. But today and tomorrow will be the major hit which the stock is going to take. So I do not believe you go and buy this dip, because it's going to continue dipping for some time. It's going to dip at a slow pace later on, but today it's going to be a fast dip. The other news which is coming up is that the Wipro has acquired a 27% stake in a B2B sales platform, SDverse. So that's going to be a positive for Wipro, but knowing Wipro's size, I do not expect it to do much of an impact on the intraday front. And the other news is IRCTC has signed an MOU with Swiggy to provide ordered meals, and that's something also which I don't believe will really take a hit on the IRCT stock. It's not that major to give it a big boost in terms of that. Now when we come to the stocks which I had covered in my previous video, an article, so we can have a quick overview of what has been going on. Now one of the stocks I had covered was Tata Power. We can see Tata Power has played out exactly how I had said. This is in the article. I had said that if Tata Power manages to break the resistance at 382, then we can expect a sprint up to 405. And yesterday we managed to basically make a high of 400 rupees. So we have had a decent move so far. Now I expect us to touch this within in the coming sessions. Today might be a bit harder due to the state of the markets across the world. However, there's a high likelihood of that happening. Now when we look at the mid-cap Nifty which I had covered, now the mid-cap Nifty, I'll go to the intraday chart. Now in my last video on the mid-cap Nifty, I had said that the 11,050 mark was going to be key and going to be a problem for the index, as it is a very strong resistance level. That turned out to be true, as we can see that we tried to make a dash towards 11,050 and to break it, but however that failed horribly. This is as we basically mid-cap Nifty made a high of 11,023. However, after that it could not progress, as this resistance zone kept on affecting it. Now how I see it basically trading today, if and in the coming 1 to 2 sessions. Now, if mid-cap Nifty cannot hold the support, I would say at 10,915, then basically we will fall to the support at 10,890, which is a quant support level, so it's major. 10,915 is a candle support zone, and that would, your break of 10,890 would trigger a fall to 10,840. Now, as of how it is looking, the mid-cap Nifty is basically hovering. If you look at the indicator front, it's just hovering above zero in the trend catcher indicator. If it breaks down below zero, then that will give it the push to hit 10,840 or 10,780. However, if it can stay above the zero mark today, then it will just hover around the 10,890 support, and that can give it a chance to head once again upwards. Hence, it will be very important to see how it handles the trend catcher indicator and how also the volume builds up. Because right now, the volume is sided more towards the bears instead of the bulls. So this will be an interesting thing to watch. So overall, mid-cap Nifty, if it breaks 10,915, it's going to it will then stay between the range of 10,890 and 10,915. However, it breaks this, then 10,840 is going to be a clear shot, and a break of that takes to 10,780. We will only reach 10,780 if the trend catcher goes below zero and the volume buildup gets much worse from here. If it gets to how you can see around 28th Feb, when there was hardly any bullish strength left in the volume. So that is how I see. Also, before we close, take a look at Reliance Industries, which was also covered in the video. Now, when we look upon Reliance Industries, I had said that there is the candle resistance that is important was at 3,000 rupees, and the first important quant resistance zone was at 3025. We can see it is exactly played out like that, as it broke the candle resistance, but it has not been able to break the quant resistance level. This is, I had said, this zone is very important for the thing because there's a candle and the quant. Now, if it managed to break 3025, then only 3060. However, until then, I would say it will now form a wider box range between 2955 and 3025. This is, I'm accounting for, let's say, the volatility which will be caused today in the markets. Thank you for watching, and if you did like the video, then hit the like button, as it costs nothing, and also do hit the subscribe button.